got to realize that because Joe Biden effed up on that, that's what led to Trump getting back in.
Trump in recent days on his Iran strategy. We're going to take a look at the situation all across the Middle East. The AP at this hour writes it this way: the United States expanding its attacks against Iran early Friday by hitting more bridges and energy sites, collapsing a tower at a key Iranian port, backing up President Donald Trump's threats to target infrastructure to pressure Tehran to ease its chokehold on the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. saying that Iran doesn't have that chokehold. Iran says it does. We've been having this back and forth for weeks. Let's bring in Fox News senior strategic analyst, retired General Jack Keane. General, great to see you.
Yeah, great seeing you.
You know, the U.S. clearly has spent 7 days really targeting sites in and around the Strait of Hormuz and also command and control for IRGC.
Yeah, very much so. Well, first of all, it's obvious President Trump gave these guys about as much rope as you possibly could give them when you consider we went to a ceasefire back on April the 8th. And we actually had a document that two presidents signed, the MOU. Mm-hmm. And the only agreement in the MOU, Brett, was the Straits. Everything else was a promise to come. And within days, they literally began to attack and take control of the Straits of Hormuz.
Bro, what? Dog, come on now. Don't lie to the people. Bro, we was letting them control the straits. We was letting them manage it, pretty much designate people through it, and letting them charge a service fee. It was all good. Prices were going down. Then all of a sudden, we opened up the Omanian side, and because Iran's attacking those ships for using it, we want to pop off a full-blown war with them. Bro, tell the people the truth, not the propaganda.
So the president's decision, I've had it. We're going to forcibly take control of the Straits is the right call. And we did.
Yo, hey, bro. So you were that guy? Oh, hell no, bro. Somebody get this away. Get this guy away from the president. Because, bro, he's going to cook the whole country. This guy's advice is going to cook the entire fucking country, dog. He said we must fight for control of the strait, the strait that contains Iranian waters and Oman waters. Like, here's a problem with that. They can easily control it because it's part of their fucking territory. Like, are you serious? And it takes way more for us to control the strait than for them to shut it down. That's the sad reality right there alone. Like, I'm sorry, but no ship is just gonna get hit with the trust me, bro. We got you through the strait, while Iran's sinking ships with missile, drones, and mines. Like, I'm sorry, nobody's going for that.
Did this with Project Freedom, remember? On May the 4th, we did the same thing, and on the 36th hour, we stopped it after the Saudis took our airspace and airbase away from us using it, and said the operation was not going to succeed.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't. And I wonder why, bro. I wonder why. Because they understood that, yo, if we keep on doing this, Iran is going to hit us. We're going to be the ones facing all the damage. Not you guys over there in America, but us over here in Saudi Arabia. Us over here, well, them over there in Saudi Arabia, them over there in UAE and Qatar and Kuwait. So, yeah, they're kind of pissed off at this because, yo, you guys are escalating this on the backs of the Gulf country. We're not taking really real damage. We're taking economic damage, but we're not taking real damage to our water plants, to our energy infrastructure. They are. AKA, we're throwing them as sacrificial lambs to continue this war with Iran, basically.
So we're back at it again. The plan then was for about 2 weeks to conduct this operation. As you indicated, we're around the 7th day of it. So we have 4 or 5 more days to go in the minds of the central.
You imagine being in the Gulf country right now, and we're just popping off this war, bro. Popping off this war at your expense. You're getting bombed. Bro, your people are getting killed. Your infrastructure is getting cooked. Your tourism is getting cooked. And you got people over here in America just keep on cheerleading this shit on. It's like, can you imagine that? And these are your allies, by the way. It's like, hey, yo. It's like, it's so fucked up what we're doing. But yes, guys, we're pretty much saying that we're willing to use our allies as sacrificial lambs to continue the Iran war because, well, hey, it ain't our infrastructure that's being attacked. They ain't attacking our water plants, our energy infrastructure, just yours. And that's not ours, so we don't care. And we are, yes, we're pretty much willing to say that. We're willing to sacrifice you guys to continue war with Iran. Thank you for your sacrifice. We truly appreciate it, you gullible bastards. You should have never been on our side in the first place, but hey, it is what it is. All right, I probably did a bit too much on that one. But shout out to my man Jed. He says $5 and left out the fact that the economy was starting to boom. Buying power was coming back. Inflation dropped to 2.4%. Gas was $2.59 before this damn war. Exactly. Thank you, my brother. I did forget about that crucial part. Guys, you got to remember this. Like, and here's the thing that we're literally bragging about it going from 4.2 to 3.5. The only reason it did that is because we stopped the war that these dumbasses was like cheerleading. But then they want to brag about the deflation that we got from stopping this fucking war. It's like, you fucking all right, man. See, this is why I need to take my days off, guys, so I don't start spazzing out like this, okay? But shout out to my man Jet, dog. Appreciate it. You guys make it worth it. But all right, though. Shout out to my man Dancing Kim and Jet. I do feel a bit better now.
Command Commander Admiral Cooper, who reports to Secretary Hegseth and the president regularly. And they're stopping their ability to interfere in the Straits with all of what that means. They're attacking their capability to retaliate, because what Iran is going to do is not just interfere at the Straits. They want to widen the war by attacking Gulf oil bases, Gulf oil civilian infrastructure, U.S. bases. Also, as you can see, try to get the Houthis involved in this, all to put pressure on the United States. So we have to...
Bro, duh. What do you think they were going to do? They're fighting for their survival. We're literally saying we want the end of your regime, and we're willing to bring it into your civilization to do so. I mean, we're starting attacking civilian infrastructure, bro. What do you think they're going to do? That's like the craziest part is like, oh, I'm so surprised that these guys are retaliating to us, pretty much trying to destroy them. It's like, son of a bitch. Like these are the people who's leading our president, by the way, who has the president's ear. Him and people like Laura Loomer. God damn it, bro.
Take away their retaliation capability. So that's a major effort that's going on. Ballistic missile storage.
Where do you see that capability, though, tonight? I mean, where is Iran tonight? We know the Navy is underwater. We know that the Air Force is done. But the missile...
You mean the Air Force, the aircrafts from the 60s and 70s that they were never going to take off with in the first place? Those... But I mean, guys, what's the main threat of Iran? Well, I'm gonna tell you what the main threat of Iran is. It's their missiles and drones that they still got high numbers on, that they're still throwing all over the Middle East and overwhelming defense systems with. That's the problem there. When you tell me that we've taken care of those two things, okay, great. We've taken care of the threat that is, or the military threat that Iran poses. But until then, I mean, you're just trying to make people feel better about nothing. It's like, I'm sorry, but okay, great. We took out those speedboats in the Strait. Guess what? They're still able to shut down the Strait with missiles and drones. Still. Like, do you understand the problem here? We've taken out all these targets, yet Iran is still able to exert all the force they want throughout the Middle East and control the Strait while doing so.
The ability to fire missiles, how many they have left, what is their capability?
Well, when we stopped the war, they had somewhere in excess of 1,000 ballistic missiles, maybe north of 1,500. About 150 or so launchers is what they had. Launchers are key. If you eliminate the launchers, you eliminate the whole enemy.
Bro, you think they only got that much? Nah, bro. Hey, no way. You thought so it's kind of crazy because he's kind of comparing Iranians, like, bro, military capability or manufacturing capability to ours. Bro, these guys were building 300 missiles per month. Per month, bro. You thought they only had just 1,000 left? Bro, they have thousands of missiles and drones, bro. They are a pretty self-reliant country when it comes to their manufacturing. AKA, they don't really need to rely on a lot of people to get their missiles built. So yes, and you can look this up. They're able to maintain a consistent pattern of building 300 missiles a month. So, bro, basically that means they built about 600 missiles just through the ceasefire. Like, what are you talking about? But okay, bro, and this is what people on Fox News truly believe. This is the worst part about it. You think they only got a few thousand missiles left? Really? Bro, I wish that was the truth.
Launchers is what they had. Launchers are key. If you eliminate the launchers, you eliminate the whole enterprise.
And they dug some of those out.
And yeah, for our audience,
they have underground launchers, bro. Launching missiles out of mountains. Drones and missiles are being launched out of mountains, guys. It's like, and we can't touch those launchers for some reason. Even when we bomb them, we're just dusting them back off and reusing them. I mean, because I guess you got to blow up like a good miles of rock to actually get to these launchers, sadly. I mean, do you understand the problem here? It's like, bro, this guy really don't even know the real military capability of Iran, sadly. Or he would understand that, yo, me just saying they only got like 1,000 missiles is crazy, is wildly incorrect. When it's, and the thing is, you probably only have very limited information because they mainly keep all of their missiles underground. And then the whole world knows about this. We all know that Iran has a complete underground system that they mainly use to stock up military components. So, like, come on, bro. We got to do better than this.
Understand, we rubbled the entrances to the tunnels. We couldn't penetrate to get to the missiles, so we rubbled them. They've excavated. They've taken some of those out. We're rubbling that again and taking down the missiles. The other thing that's in the plan, and you referenced it here in the introduction, is we can put more pressure on the Iranians by going after their national infrastructure. Some of that was the...
Okay, we could put more pressures, not on the IRGC. Remember, and see the phrasing now has been switched up. Not on the IRGC, but the Iranians. So now we're willing to exert force in the Iranian people. It's for what? To cause an uprising? Or just to get the Iranian people to look at the suffering of the Iranian leadership, to look at the suffering of their people and be like, okay, we had it. Like, what are we going for here? But either way, we're bringing suffering upon the Iranian people. And remember, guys, look at, bro, his phrasing he snitched on himself. Look at the phrasing. It's no longer the IRGC, it's the Iranian people. I mean, what happened to not being a believer in collective punishment? I guess we're out here acting like we're Israel now.
Discussed right here, and that's power plants, it's energy sources, it's airports, it's ports. You want to also isolate Iran completely from the countries that surround it, that they're trading with and getting things out and getting things in, because so much is being denied from them at sea. So there's a lot of things that can be done here to bend them to our will.
White House Press Secretary back at the podium, Caroline Leavitt, about diplomacy. Take a listen.
Iran very much continues to talk to the United States of America and express that they want to make a deal with us because they are suffering devastating blows on behalf of our United States military.
What?
I hear that from...
No, bro, Iran, that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's why you got to listen to all forms of media here, because actually Iran's been saying, no, we've cut off all talks. We're not abiding by the memorandum of understanding because the U.S. is not doing it, and we're cutting off all talks, and we're going to keep on escalating until you guys pretty much come back to the table. And we're kind of echoing the same sentiment towards Iran. Well, we're going to keep bombing until you guys come back to the table. And, well, here we are, guys, 7-8 days in, consistently striking each other. 2 service members dead, and, 400 wounded. How far do you want to keep this going? But on the Iranian side, they've sustained, way more losses, and people are going without power and water. So there's that.
The White House press secretary, I hear it from the president that Iran wants to make a deal. Is diplomacy in this environment where you have 2 sides, one that's talking to us and Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff, and one that's firing and pushing the buttons on the ground, is it possible even in that dichotomy?
Well, this is a mirage that they are so successful at creating. And they've done it. It began with Jimmy Carter, all through Reagan, all the way up to the current administration. And their narrative is simply this. They create a narrative that we are the diplomats and we're more moderate than the hardliners who are running the regime. And you got to help us motivate and change the hardliners somewhat. And we do. This is the key point. We want to coexist with you. So let us work this together. And every negotiating team believes, wow, we're dealing with people that are much more reasonable than we've dealt with in the past.
And we're going back decades here.
And we're going back to Jimmy Carter. We extended a hand to the regime that just took over. He stiffed the Shah. And then they...
Yeah, because you guys told them that they can't get a better deal on their oil. Like, we pretty much told them, go fuck yourselves. We're going to continue controlling your oil. What you going to do about it? And that's why they stiffed us. It's like, bro, so you don't want to tell them how we were pretty much saying that we still wanted control of their resources, that we weren't going to provide them with a better deal, how we expected the Ayatollah to come in, roll over, and be a servant of the United States, just like the Shah was. Okay. Like I said, don't tell the whole story. Okay.
Stormed our embassy. We're going back to Ronald Reagan. When they released the hostages on the day of his inauguration, he and his team thought, well, we're going to be able to work with the Iranians. They blew up 2 embassies and blew up our barracks. The list goes on and on and on. These
Well, I mean, let's be real though. Yeah, that's actually a really good one. But here's the thing though. You know what? Why were those Marines there in those barracks all the way out there in Lebanon in the 80s? Why were they there? Oh, was it because Israel started a war in Lebanon? And we had peacemakers and Marines, French peacemakers and Marines go out there to try to stop things. And well, Israel pretty much allowed a bombing to happen because they were tired of us interfering in their war. Yeah, while we were trying to bring peace, they wanted to continue the war, so they let that barracks get attacked. They seen it coming. They knew it were coming. They were the main force in that region that knew all the intel, but yet they let that happen. I mean, it's another reason why we should get our asses up out the Middle East, though. But okay.
moderates who they believe are reasonable report to the guys that are running the regime. They are as committed to the goals of the regime.
It's kind of crazy, though. It's like, I hate when they bring up the barracks because it's like, bro, the only reason we were there in Lebanon was because Israel popped off a war in Lebanon that put our soldiers in danger.
As the so-called Highlanders, there's just one. And we've got to understand this. And every new administration has to find out this awful truth. And the president knows it. Oh, these guys are crazy. They lie. They cheat. And that is the truth of it. Even though they're sophisticated diplomats, they appear urbane and they appear to be very reasonable. And
oh, yeah. Shout out to my man Jet coming in. Hopefully I didn't forget about that one. Oh, okay. You just super chatted in. He said Iran got weapon grade motivation. Dug 1,300 feet down. Not really. Bro, like, talk about, bro, they're digging your feet in the sand, bro. They dug their feet 1,300 feet into the sand and said, come get us. I'm just like, bro, and here's the problem, guys. Like, we can get them. Like, trust me, we can get anybody we want, but at what cost? And I mean, if you're saying that you want to throw away the entire Middle East and the global economy, I mean, bro, I think you're a bit too insane. You got Iran derangement syndrome if you're willing to throw away the entire Middle East, our allies in the global economy, just to take out Iran. That's a bit deranged. Okay, that's completely deranged.
just help us work with the hardliners.
Last thing, General. The end game here, because there's a lot of people in America who want to see this come to an end. They obviously want to see gas prices go down. Politically, the president and his...
Yeah, we do, but I mean, guys like him want to continue this war and pretty much say that we should just suffer the high gas prices. Bro, there's literally somebody in the chat who says, I'll pay $20 a gallon to free the Iranian people while we're bombing infrastructure that the Iranian people need. I mean, can you imagine being that lost, bro? Can you imagine just being that lost? But hey, it is what it is. And shout out to my man Jet. Razor blade. And shout out to my man the Dark City. Hey, I mean, that is a banger. An army is only as good as its leader. We have Trump, Rubio, Vance, Keg's breath. So we are cooked bad hombres. I mean, razor blade in your... But all right, I ain't gonna lie though. Like you cooked on that one. You cooked, brother. You cooked. And the thing is that's killing me about it, that's I really need to touch on is, yeah, you're right, bro. We have Trump who has no military experience whatsoever, who want to act like a general. It's like, dog, we voted you in to be a businessman. Stick to that. Stay in your goddamn lane. Thank you. Thank you. Please and thank you. Stick to that. But for some reason, he want to be a war general now. Okay. You see how that's working out for him? He's fucking it up. And as Par Peak Hegseth goes, I mean, bro, this religious heretic, bro, we got a problem here. This man literally thinks he's going to bring in the third temple, going to get the third temple rebuilt and bring in bring it back Jesus with this war. Holding fucking sermons talking about how this is a holy war. Are you serious? Hey, yeah, we got some radical people at the head of this. I'm not even going to lie to you. Rubio, I mean, well, be real with you, I ain't gonna lie. Rubio's having a little bit too much fun in Venezuela. I don't even think he's really focused on Iran that much anymore.
Obviously want to see gas prices go down. Well,
actually, you know what? Check this video out.
This is Donald Trump's spiritual advisor, Paula White.
I say as a Christian, it should be mandated to go to Israel before you get to heaven.
And here she is leading a prayer.
We command all satanic pregnancies to miscarry right now. We declare that anything that's been conceived in satanic wombs, that it'll miscarry.
And here she is taking tithes and offerings in her church.
I want $100,000. There are 10 people that could give $10,000. There's 100 people that could give $1,000. Get a check, make it payable to Paula White Ministry.
Paula Way also uses her pulpit to compare Donald Trump to Jesus Christ himself.
Mr. President, no one has paid the price like you have paid the price. You were betrayed and arrested and falsely accused. It's a familiar pattern that our Lord and Savior showed us. But it didn't end there for him, and it didn't end there for you. God always had a plan. On the third day, he rose, he defeated evil, he conquered death, hell, and the grave. And because he rose, we all know that we can rise. And sir, because of his resurrection, you rose up.
She's also gone as far as to say that saying no to Trump is saying no to God.
To say no to President Trump would be saying no to God. And I won't do that.
Trump has gladly accepted these comparisons.
On Palm Sunday, Jesus entered Jerusalem as crowds welcomed him with praise, honoring him as king. They call me king now. Do you believe it?
While many older generation Americans embrace these comparisons, there are some pastors that are pushing back against Paula White.
Paula White, a heretic, blaspheming Jezebel. She cannot tell the truth. She's a word of faith fanatic. That's who the president chose to give him advice on faith. She does not represent me. She can't tell the truth. Those big shot guys cannot tell the truth. If they're trying to raise money constantly, they can't tell the truth. Man. I want to tell you something. Our president needs some help. He needs some guidance. He needs help, but he's not going to get it from that.
When spiritual leaders and political figures start equating a man with the Son of God, they are no longer preaching faith. They are weaponizing it. This manipulation, dressed in religious language, is designed to make criticism of Trump feel like blasphemy. I will finish with this scripture. Let no one deceive you. The man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction, who opposes and exalts himself above every so-called God.
As he's raising. Nah, somebody was funny as hell for this one. Like, as he's raising money, though, it's like, yeah, you're right. As he's raising, $600 million off rugging. Yeah, $600 million off a rug pull. Yeah, that's not really what I voted for him to do. I'm gonna be real with you.
President and his party would like to see that before the midterms. Does this come to an end, or are we talking about this a year from now?
We should not. When we stopped on April the 8th, we had, in the minds of the both military commanders on the IDF and CENTCOM, we had about 2 weeks to finish it. And that's still out there. I think the sooner we finish it, the sooner we end the problem with oil prices and the rest of it. The longer we drag this out, the longer you have that problem existing. Bro,
the longer we drag, we don't even have the strategic oil reserves for this. Like, they're at a critical low, an all-time low. We keep this going and we're cooked. Trump said this out loud to the world. So I don't even understand why he's even doing this. Why he's so dedicated into saying, no, we'll keep this going for weeks. Dog, you just told to the world that we don't even got weeks to do this. Excuse me, according to our strategic oil reserves. And if you just want to go past that and just say, fuck us all, okay, but that's not a wise strategy.
Minimizing the problem, I think, listen, political objectives, economic objectives are real issues. Every president has to contend with them. And how you balance that against military objectives and dealing with this regime is the president's decision. And I respect that decision. But there is a means here. We can finish these guys and put them in a place where they're on the pathway to collapse. And I think we're on the pathway now. Good talk,
General, as always. Thank you.
All right. He said we're on guys, we're on the pathway to collapse. We just gotta hit them harder, guys, and just cut out power for civilians, cut out water for them, and that's our definition of just hitting them harder, guys. Yep. Give a strong, hearty handshake to that.
Happening right now, U.S. forces have been hitting Iranian surveillance sites and underground weapons storages on the 7th straight night of escalating strikes against Iran. And it comes as the U.S. maintains its naval blockade against all of those Iranian ports in the Strait of Hormuz. And the continued strikes come at a cost. Lucas Tomlinson is live in Tel Aviv, Israel right now with the very latest. Hi, Lucas.
Good afternoon, Aisha. That's right. The Pentagon says 13 American service members.
Guys, let's not forget here, because I always do say that people like, oh, we have all the